Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Story Nook. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's still early. I can't sleep, and then I found another Reddit story, and it has multiple parts, and I'm like, oh no, I must read this. I absolutely must read this. By the time this video comes out, which will probably be at some point in April, there'll probably be more updates. So if you like this, let me know and I'll come back and I'll read all the updates. So yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Remember to stay safe, stay happy, eat food, all that good jazz. And remember, if you like this video, to comment, subscribe, actually hit that little like button. Tell YouTube that you like my content, and welcome in to Girly Reading Reddit Stories. This story is coming from JustNoMIL. I saw it and went, I must read this. It's posted by Triad1445. And I was just like, I kind of want to skim the JustNoMIL subreddit because I love having the stories being read to me. And I decided, let me read some to you. So, yeah. So it is titled Mill Defrauded My Partner of 100K dollars, I think K is thousand, and keeps adding personal expenses onto us. Mother-in-law, why would you do this? And we have the tagline of advice wanted. However, this was posted 24 days ago. I'm recording this on March 6th. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I become a bigger little YouTuber, I shall try to start posting daily. But for now, we're doing just Fridays because that'll be easier for me. Because I'm not able to record every single day. I have a 9 to 5 to do. But let's get into this. I have water in a little Peeps cup to drink. So grab your tea, your hot cocoa, your water, your liquor, whatever it is you need to get through mother-in-law stories. Hi everyone, I'm looking for advice because I feel like I've walked into a situation I have zero prior experience with, and it's starting to affect my mental health. I, female 24, live with my partner, male 27, at his house, which he owns in a shared mortgage. Recently, we discovered that the house isn't set up the way we were led to believe. My partner and his brother are both listed as 1/3 owners on the mortgage with their mum. Mum is with a U, so I'm presuming British or UK. Like, not British is UK. British or Australian. Like, Europe or somewhere. Not America. So, I don't have any legal recourse for you because I am from the States. So, I have no advice to give legally. I couldn't give legal advice anyway, but I recommend lawyer, possibly. I haven't read that far. He has always trusted that he pays an equal third of the cost and bills. He doesn't have online access to the loan and didn't understand how equity or liability worked. The last few weeks, I've discovered that the loan, which was originally $400K in 2021, has since grown to over $600K. That is hella interest. I did some more digging, which uncovered multiple lenders, refinances, redraws, and debt consolidations. All done by her to cover up personal debt and credit cards. My partner did not consent to any of these. He blindly trusted his blood relative to do the right thing, and he put his signature on each request. There has been a disturbing amount of lies. I have found letters from the mortgage provider addressed to my partner scrunched up in the bin. My partner was told that he had been removed from the loan and replaced with her partner when he bought his own home a few years ago. It has recently come to light that that was a lie. He remains liable. Between my partner and his brother, they paid a combined $6,000K a month towards a $400K mortgage for the first 3 years until the brother moved out. I believe she was using the extra money to redraw and use for herself. Why not just take that extra money use it on yourself and not refinance the house and stuff. At the same time, personal purchases are rolled into shared cost without consent. Recently, she bought a full new dinner set because she liked it and added it to our monthly power bill without telling us. We also recently learned we are both paying his fully grown sister's full share of electricity and water without our knowledge. Last year, she decided she wanted a pool against my partner's wishes, as he wanted to keep the garden for the dogs, telling him she'd take out a personal loan for it. She went ahead and refinanced the mortgage. Whenever the boys raise concerns, she becomes very emotional, defensive, and evasive, and said she'll be homeless if anything changes. She also insists the brother is off the loan despite ongoing mail addressed to him from the bank. My partner is starting to realize he doesn't know what he's legally liable for. Sir, lawyer, you need a lawyer. It'll be expensive, but it will be a lot cheaper than whatever your mother is doing. I'm trying very hard not to make this a hostile situation, but I feel utterly trapped in a household where finances are opaque and boundaries don't exist. I'm not the borrower, but I understand the situation far better than my partner, and I am scared for him. Because you care about him. His mother does not. My partner wants to understand and fix it, but he's overwhelmed by the guilt tripping and gaslighting from his mother. I don't want to push him or damage their relationship, but I also can't keep living like this. My heart sinks every time I come home from work. For clarity, he's not a mama's boy, just an eldest son with a very deep sense of protecting those he loves. However, his trust and loyalty puts me first. He knows we need out of this nightmare, and that he's been lied to and taken advantage of. What would have been a $330K earning from the sale of the house, which was only ever purchased in order to get everyone a boost into the property ladder, is now looking more like 60 to 70K. My question, what the hell do I do? I'm exhausted and honestly just want stability again. Any advice from people who've dealt with enmeshed parents or shared mortgages would really help. This is the first update. This is the first post. There are 2 updates, mind you. But just from this first post, unfortunately, OP, there's nothing I think you can personally do at this moment in time. I would recommend your partner, you can help your partner find a lawyer, but your partner is going to need a lawyer most likely, and it's going to take time. But that would probably be what is best and safest to do. Because, the longer he's on this loan and everything, the bigger that bill is going to become and the more issues we'll have down the line. But let's go to update 9, which was 9 days ago from March 6th. Update. Things are getting worse. Update advice wanted. Update 2.0. Oh, we got a house. It's perfect, and bizarrely, it's on the exact same street as the one we got rejected from. Yes, the universe works in mysterious ways. Yeah, didn't they say, no, the brother moved out, and they were looking to get a place. 3 beds, a sunroom, and balcony. A huge garden and shed. I finally have space for my sewing room. Mother-in-law doesn't know yet, but that's my parents' job to figure out. Frankly, I couldn't care less about her reaction. I'm just so happy for our lives to finally begin. Hi, everyone. Firstly, I want to say thank you so much to all the advice and kind words on my post. I read them all many times over, and they helped more than you know. A lot has happened since then, and I think I've hit the point where I'm no longer coping. We tried to secure a rental so we could physically leave the house while the sale mortgage situation gets sorted. I put a huge amount of effort into applications, references, employment letters, paperwork. Basically, I carried the entire process because my partner shuts down when overwhelmed and has grown accustomed to mother-in-law controlling everything. Oh, so partner needs therapy as well as a lawyer. Because unfortunately, when you shut down when shit needs doing, that shit doesn't get done, and then it fucks you over later. I also have this problem, but I also have the problem, like, every time a loved one passes, I'm the one that puts everything together. And I'm like, okay, I need to pick you, your children, your husband. We gotta be at this location at this time. It takes this long to get here. And I wind up taking care of everyone, and then I have a mental breakdown several months later. But he needs therapy, which is expensive depending on where you live. I don't know what therapy is covered, but he also needs therapy and a lawyer. The house was perfect. 2 beds, a big garden for the dogs, a spare room for me to finally set up my sewing space, which I've been desperate for and unable to have since moving in with this family. Our application was unsuccessful. I just got the email. Also, that's what this little thing is. It says off something. I couldn't read it because it's tiny. I am absolutely gut-wrenchingly devastated. It wasn't just a house. It was my exit. It was the first real step toward having a life in space that wasn't controlled by his mother. Oh no, I think this is the update. So this update is supposed to be at the bottom. So they did get a house. This is just the first one they were rejected from, I think. I'll keep reading, I'll figure it out as I go. Living here is affecting me badly. I sit in my car after work because I'm dread going inside. I have no privacy, no creative space, and no autonomy. I feel like a guest in someone else's emotional ecosystem while also financially contributing to it. I'm constantly hyper-aware what his mother is doing, what bills will appear, and what conflict is coming next. My partner acknowledges that things are wrong. He's now taking action. There's a meeting with the broker scheduled for Friday when he will tell her they are selling and there's no further discussion. I feel like I'm carrying the emotional weight of this situation alone while also being the person most harmed by it. There was also something small that affected me more than I expected. Myself and dear husband's brother's partner go to a Pilates studio that has been one of the only places I feel calm and separate from this house. Today, after previously having zero interest in Pilates and being dismissive of it, mother-in-law has signed up for the same studio as us. Oh my god, she's trying to enmesh herself with y'all before y'all leave. Logically, I know she is allowed to go anywhere she wants. Emotionally, it felt like the last space that was just mine was taken too. I realized I don't actually have anywhere in my daily life that isn't connected to this family system anymore. Not even somewhere I go to decompress. It made me feel watched and unable to mentally switch off, even outside the house. I think that's when I understood how much of this situation is affecting me psychologically. I'm starting to realize the real issue isn't just the house or the mortgage. Even if the house sells, the underlying dynamics still exist. He is deeply conditioned to manage his mother's emotions, and I don't know if he's actually capable of separating from that role. OP, do not get a house with this man if you don't think he can separate emotionally from his mother after everything she's done to you. Because you referred to him as partner in the last post, which I don't know if that means you're married or not. Like, I don't think it does, because you would have called him your husband. Maybe y'all are engaged or y'all are seriously dating, but I don't think it's a good idea to get a house with him at this moment in time, if that is the case. Now, without him going to therapy and saying he's very committed. But you did say last post he was committed to you. He put you first. But separating, he's gonna have to stop trying to manage her emotions. I don't want to give up on someone I love just because they were raised in a dysfunctional system. But I also feel myself deteriorating staying here. For people who have lived this, is distance what finally forced change? Or is this usually the stage where you realize they can't detach? I think it's both. I think, like, he's at the breaking point, but he's not quite there yet, and he's going to need some nudging. How do you tell the difference between a partner who needs time to unlearn enmeshment and a partner who will always choose the parent indirectly through inaction? I feel like I'm genuinely at my wit's end. Please help, kind words and advice appreciated. And then this is update 2.0, which is when they got the house. So I can't tell what this is. So they do have a house together, which I am concerned about for OP's sake, because you don't know if he can separate from his mom, which I'm like, he might need, he's definitely going to need therapy. He needs a lawyer. Y'all are apparently selling the house she's got like these huge ass refinancing on, which is going to be a problem. And so, yeah. I'm concerned for you. Hopefully things go well. But we have an update from 2 days ago. And it's March 6th at the time I'm reading this, so 2 days ago would have been the 4th. And it says, update, mother-in-law defrauded partner out of 100,000, out of 100s of thousands. And this one is also labeled advice wanted, so this one I'm going to read the comments to kind of get a better understanding of what people are telling OP. I didn't want to read the comments because I'm like, we have multiple updates, so let's go to the last one to better understand. I'm packing my bags tonight. I'm gonna leave with my parents until we can move into our rental. Okay, it's a rental. They didn't buy a house, they got a rental. That's good, rent. I know it's expensive, but still. I don't know if our relationship can survive this, and at this stage, I've done more than my share. I'm linking my previous post for context, because the situation escalated today in a way I cannot abide. This was supposed to be a meet. I apologize for Sailor Moon. It's my normal wake-up alarm for 4:30. And I should probably go and make lunch since I'm fucking awake at a random ass hour. We'll do that after this video. Continuing. There was supposed to be a meeting with a broker to discuss the house and mortgage situation. The meeting had been booked for this evening. Everyone involved believed that it was still the plan. What we later discovered is that she moved the meeting to earlier in the day and didn't tell anyone, then attended alone with the broker. Afterwards, she told my partner that she had sorted everything out and was in an extremely upbeat mood about it. According to her version of events, 1. It's apparently going to be easy to remove brother from the loan. She said she can buy my partner out for $72K. She also said she's completely fine with us moving out because someone connected to her partner can just move into the spare room instead. The thing that's making me suspicious is that we were previously told by the broker that a buyout like this wasn't financially possible. So the sudden claim that everything is now simple and resolved doesn't add up. My partner is now saying that he just wants the whole situation over with and is going to accept the payout and walk away. No, you get a lawyer. You were not at this meeting. You do not know if that is for sure what the broker said, and I doubt it. From my perspective, though, also, the brother's still on the loan, and she said he wasn't, and he's still getting mail. The house was built up through years of work and financial contribution from him and his brother. There has been a lot of dishonesty and manipulation through this entire situation, point 2. Point 3, if she keeps the property and later sells it, she will benefit from a large increase in value while the others walk away with far less than they invested. The secrecy around the meeting and the sudden easy solution just feels very off to me. At this point, I've also reached my personal limit with her behavior. I'm no longer having a relationship with her going forward. If we stay together, she will have no access to me or our future children. Yeah, your partner is being stupid, and it's going to come back to bite him because she did not remove him from the loan. I told my partner he has failed to have my back. He balked at this, said he has had my back the most. I ended up replying, you have allowed her to repeatedly scam, lie, and manipulate me without ever confronting her or putting a stop to it. Now you're allowing her to keep the home you and your brother worked so hard for less than what you've even put into it. She will sell and keep all the profit herself. That is not having my back. That's protecting and prioritizing her comfort, which is true. I don't think this relationship's gonna work. And I'm concerned that you'll now have a rental together. Maybe separation from his mother will help, but this is going to come back and bite him in the ass later. We had a huge fight. I told him my conditions were that I will have no further relationship with her. I told him she is a no contact, and I am in disbelief and the depth of her lies and manipulation. I told him she's an evil person. That's where he stopped me and said, I won't have anyone talk about my mom like that. I'm done. Done with this entire batshit crazy family. I'm officially checked out. And the post has been locked. Okay. So let's skim through some of the comments. Why haven't either of you reached out to the broker to tell them what she did and that you would like to know what they discussed? Find out if anything was signed or if it was all verbal. Don't just accept what she says. Type A Virgo says, you need to leave this guy. Please do not have kids with him. Mad Trophy Wife, do not, under any circumstances, marry or procreate with this man in the next 5 years. If you stick it out at all, make him demonstrate over a significant amount of time that he can stop being a mama's boy and actually put you and your relationship / future first. Because, like, first post, OP was like, he's great, he always has my back first, he's just the eldest son, he's not a mama's boy. No, he is showing mama boy behavior because he's prioritizing his mother's comfort, and over the span of a month, OP's eyes are opening. Girl, run. I understand you love him dearly. I do. But he has made it clear that he has no plans to fully dismantle himself from his mother and her accumulating debt. If you marry him, have kids with, buy a house with, or in any way financially tie yourself to this man, she's going to continue financially ruining him, and you will be drugged down right along with him. At that point, you can kiss your future, buying a house, building savings, a retirement, all of it, goodbye. No matter how much you love him, no amount of love is going to save you from having your life ruined by them. Mysterious Book says, you absolutely must go talk to the broker yourself. I guarantee she is lying to you, 100%. Call the broker with your BF on speaker and tell them you are angry they concealed the meeting without your permission and consent. Soups to nuts, she told them you guys had agreed to a buyout, but didn't want you guys to hear the truth. She's a lying cheat who is lying. Are you shocked that she's lying? I mean, if you guys aren't married, this is your chance to get the fuck out and not look back at all that crazy. Stated by Lapicia. Yoshi and Ames says, easy. Have your own meeting with that broker. Get the actual story without telling her. We have a comment from Floating Cynic. He can't even be bothered to talk to the broker to confirm what she's saying. She has proven she's not trustworthy, and he's still trusting her word. He doesn't even have to confront her. All he has to do is hire an attorney to help him get out of this mess. It's pretty weak that he's continuing to do what he has always done. She might not even remove him. She'll probably promise a check or hand over a check and then leave him on everything. And then he'll find out later down the line. That's what I was feeling. This man is not competent enough to be in a relationship. I'm sorry. You should add hire an attorney and weekly therapy to your list of conditions, because the level of delusion here is going to continue to create far-reaching problems if you stay with him. Yes, definitely need a lawyer and therapy. There is too much going on here and none of it is good, is a reply by Accomplished Dig 284. Manix Bean says, pay him with what? She doesn't have money. That's why she's been fraudulently taking more loans and remortgages on the house. What's she gonna do? Borrow the 72K against the house, give it to him, and then pay it off with what? And probably all the while not removing his name from the house, so he's liable to pay back the 72K plus the rest anyway. And OP responds, yeah, I think that's exactly what she's planning. And then Karma is 623 adds, she's going to go into default eventually and he'll be on the hook. Make an appointment with the broker for him and the brother without telling her. They need to understand exactly what's going on here. I'm going to see if the OP has replied to anything else. There's someone telling her to lock her credit. And then the obligatory, I'm not a lawyer. Okay, so this is a comment that OP responds to. And it's by Ames. Obligatory, I'm not a lawyer. So probably worthwhile you talking to a solicitor yourself to determine your personal level of exposure here. If you're married, then determining if his debt acquired prior to your relationship may still be deemed shared marital debt if you've benefited from living in the house also. Additionally, if you can be deemed de facto, there could still be exposure, particularly if you've been proven to be contributing towards said mortgage and don't have a lease agreement in place. I am unfamiliar with how these things work in various jurisdictions. However, if I was in your shoes, I'd want to be very clear about where you stand in all this, particularly if mother-in-law is as scheming as she sounds. If she's been saying one thing to partner and brother-in-law and doing another, how is she doing it? Is there some level of them signing things without realizing and anyone can change this without anyone else clause, or if she's signing on their behalf somehow? And OP responds, thank you. At this stage, I wouldn't deem anything too unscrupulous for her. I share the same concern around me being de facto. The fact that she is in such high spirits after she cornered the broker, who, by the way, had been told not to correspond directly with her anymore, suggests to me that she is plotting something evil and manipulative. I'd imagine she's banking on neither of them reading through what she will put in front of them. And Hooked on Phoenix says, you don't manage the loan relationship in any way. Don't make direct payments, choose a creditor, and don't appear on any legal documents. If you were married or potentially considered common law, then that's different, but you aren't. Of course, this wouldn't stop her from suing you anyway or forging signatures to add you. Sarah 38 Grandma says, glad you're leaving. Mother-in-law probably won't be able to sell the house due to repeated refinancing, and she may get foreclosed on without both brothers paying, and it will destroy their credit. He sounds like a lazy, weak mama's boy. Anyway, and you deserve better. OP responds, so apparently the broker told her that she could buy them out for around 100K each or just over. But that would mean the loan would go up to 1 mil, and she would be responsible for that without being able to steal from her sons. Upon hearing this, despite telling the broker she could afford that, she promptly told the brother he wouldn't be getting a payout, only stamp duty. And I imagine is intending on doing another refinance to pay out my partner, all while keeping him on the loan. She's a monster. And someone asks, can't y'all talk to the broker yourselves? And Sierra responds, I hope you are not married. You don't want or need to be responsible for that debt. Calm in the Dark says, she's going to refinance again, get just enough money that her son will be satisfied and think he is off the mortgage. But big surprise, in 6 months to a year, when he finds he and brother are still on the mortgage and responsible for a bunch of missed payments. Like, the brother doesn't even live there, and supposedly he's already off the mortgage, and they found out, no, he's still on the mortgage. OP responds, yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking. But, to be honest, I can't save this sinking ship, and I'm destroying myself trying to. I think a bit of distance over the next few weeks will be good for us. I know I desperately need it. Unfortunately, he's staying at home with his mom and is probably going to fold her way. That's just how I see it. Booze and hot pot pans. I hope legal advice is on your to-do list to protect you and your child from the scamming nonsense. Get yourself some peace of mind. So this person misread. They do not have any children. Pepper Pat says, a lot of distance over the next few eternities will be even better for you. Come the dark. No, you're doing the right thing. He isn't willing to save himself, and you can't do it for him. Tying this anchor around your neck and sharing the weight won't save him. It'll drown you both. I think once you step away, you'll be surprised how much lighter you feel and enjoy the peace. You've earned it. So we're going to scroll all the way back up. But that is the saga at this moment of the frauding mother-in-law. That's what I'm going to call this for now. But yeah. The post is closed. Hopefully this video will come out in April based off my schedule. I'll come back and check to see if they've updated. But I'm glad that the OP is moving in with their parents temporarily. Her and her partner both have a rental, and then the partner will move in. But I feel like he's going to be manipulated by his mother more while OP is gone. And so I'm not very hopeful of this relationship at all. And the partner is going to get screwed over down the line in a couple of years. He's going to be really upset. Like, how could my mother do this? You saw the signs and you did nothing. I recommend for your partner, therapy, a lawyer. Tell them to go read the Raised by Narcissists subreddit. I hear sometimes reading that kind of clicks it into place for some people in situations like him. But with that, thank you all so much for being here. Remember to have a great day. Remember to stay healthy. Stay hydrated. Remember to eat something today. And we're going to thank the Patreon and Ko-fi supporters. And so, yeah. Thank you very much. Kaleidoscope Chick, Tweed Tea Cakes, Axel1154, Casa J, Jadas DS, Axel Alcaraz, Pizza Nene, Semi-Random Sevens, and Micah. Y'all are all so wonderful and sweet, and I greatly appreciate you. You can commission me on Ko-fi, and your name will forever be read aloud. I've got $1 quick sketch commissions available. On my Patreon, you get early access to scripts for my YouTube videos. You'll get early access to all my art and the wallpapers and stuff I make. You'll be able to download them and everything. I'm also currently working on a graphic novel. So those sketch pages will be live up there. On my Patreon, you can also get some of the experts for the books that I've been writing, because I write cute, fluffy gay romance. Because I ran out of cute, fluffy gay romance fanfictions to read on the Sonic fanfiction AO3 for the ships that I like. So I'm writing more of my original characters. Enjoy. So stay safe, stay healthy, have a great day, and all the good jazz. I'm gonna go ahead, just get dressed for work and prepare my lunch and make sure it's good for me to actually grab when I leave the house. Bye bye. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what other Reddit threads or light novels or books you want me to read. I'm currently reading Sonic the Comic, obviously. So yeah, have a great day. Bye bye.